Hey YouTube, Motor Racing Network, Steve Post here with another great review of Diecast and review of the race at Las Vegas. We'll also preview Phoenix and take your questions a little bit later on the program. We are so glad that you joined us. How about that race at Las Vegas? And how about Brad Keselowski, his 18th career NASCAR Sprint Cup Series win, second win at Las Vegas as he won there a few years back, and what a thriller down the stretch. I didn't know who was going to win that race, and that was really exciting as Brad Keselowski scored the win. You know, this win very important for Brad and very important for Penske Racing. Roger Penske celebrating 50 years in motorsports, and when you think of the great Penske name, you think of, wow, all of the great Indy 500 wins, the sports car success, and the NASCAR success. Well, that NASCAR success number is climbing each and every time that one of their drivers wins. That was the 97th win for Team Penske in NASCAR racing. So very impressive, and they're going to be closing in on that 100 mark. I'd say with Keselowski and Joey Logano, we're probably going to see Penske get 3 or 4 more wins this year and put him into triple digits on that NASCAR win mark. So a big, big win for Keselowski, a big win for Team Penske, and really when we look at the first 3 races, let's just talk about 3 races, 3 faces, 3 teams, 3 manufacturers. They've scored the wins in this race. Going back to Daytona, it was Denny Hamlin scoring the victory for Toyota with Joe Gibbs Racing. When we look at Atlanta, Jimmy Johnson rang the bell for Hendrick Motorsports and Chevrolet, and now Keselowski with Team Penske puts Ford in the winner's circle. So can't get any better than that. And the way that these teams diced around each other, there's a lot of good teams that have yet to win so far, so I think we can keep adding to that win total. Although I wouldn't count Brad or Jimmy or Denny out either as we go forward. It's just how good NASCAR is right now. A lot of good competition, really, really deep. One other quick note on the race at Las Vegas. How about some of the young drivers? Ryan Blaney, a 6th place run. Chase Elliott raced up front. We'll have more on Ryan and Chase coming up in a little bit on our Q&A session. But also want to mention Austin Dillon, a 5th place run, a very strong run. Here's the thing I like. Now, if you watch this race on Fox, Austin jumped all over his crew guys. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of drivers jumping all over crew guys. I'm not advocating that at all. But what I am advocating is a driver up on the wheel and a driver passionate about it. And I think some of that little edginess that we heard from Austin Dillon is something that's been maybe lacking a little bit. And it's good to see that young man getting a little bit aggressive. No, I don't think you need to yell at your crew guys, but I think the frustration he had because they had a car that could contend for the win and they had a problem, I think that little edginess is what makes drivers great. That's what makes drivers like Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson and Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski great. Yeah, they don't always say the right thing, but sometimes it shows their passion for it. And I really like what Austin Dillon did, and he rallied back to a 5th place finish. Now let's talk about Diecast a little bit. That's what we do here on the Diecast Review Show. PlanBSales.com, your source for great diecast. And we have changed things this year, and you folks have done really, really well. We've talked so much about the pre-order. Pre-order is critical. We are not going to order a bunch of extra diecast in here to sit on the shelves and wait for everyone to order one along the way. It's just not the way we're going to do it this year, and you guys and gals have done a great job pre-ordering. That being said, once in a while, something doesn't work out. Maybe things change with you. Or maybe we have a dealer that ordered a number of cars and something changed with their business, and we do end up at times with some extra diecast here. That's what we're going to feature today. These are 2016 cars that we have in stock, ready to go, but you need to go quick because there's a couple of each of them, and they could be sold out by the time you even watch this video. So you need to get on them quick. Jump on PlanBSales.com, up in that search engine, search by the driver name, by the year, and we'll see what we have for you at that point when you get there. We're going to start down here. Here is the M&M's car of Kyle Busch. They're celebrating 75 years of M&M's, and this beautiful Toyota Camry is available. We have 1/24th scale available in that. Kevin Harvick, the Busch Beer colors. What a beautiful looking race car with the new color scheme. Budweiser gone, Busch Beer is in, and we do have a limited quantity of these Kevin Harvick cars. Yes, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Nationwide Insurance cars, we do have a limited number of these that were rolled back into our inventory, so if you want one, you better get it and we'll ship it right out to you. These will be sold out very, very quickly. And finally, young Chase Elliott, the rookie driver. This is the Napa car from this season. This is autographed by Chase. Make sure with all autographed diecast, you look for the special autograph edition is what they call this. Something from Action Performance or from Plan B Sales that is a certificate of authenticity that autograph is Chase Elliott's autograph on the windshield, and we have a limited quantity of these available. Again, planbsales.com. Punch the driver's name in and you can get one of these diecast cars and it will be shipped right out to you this week, and we can knock that right out. So now let's talk a little bit about your questions. This is our favorite part, and we love that we get a chance to chat back and forth, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on the Diecast Crazy group, or of course right here below on the YouTube page. But just type your questions in, and I know we may not get to yours this week. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We're going to get to all of them along the way, but it just takes some time to get through them with the time we have here on the Diecast Review Show. First question is Austin McLean, who writes in, do you think there will be an underdog going into the chase? If so, who? Yes, I do think there's going to be an underdog going in the chase, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's not a couple of them. But my leading pick for an underdog going into the chase is a driver we mentioned just a little bit ago, Ryan Blaney. I am telling you what I saw at Las Vegas out of that young man, not only the 6th place finish, but the wheel in that car and around the outside of drivers and up on the wheel. I really like what Ryan Blaney has got going on over there. So I think Ryan Blaney could be one of those drivers that maybe we don't expect to be in the chase, to be in the chase. And oh, by the way, that's a team aligned with Penske Racing. You know those race cars are good. They're as good as what Brad Keselowski or Joey Logano has. So, yeah, Austin, I do think there will be others possibly as well, but Ryan Blaney is my first pick on it. Now, DHL Cup Series says, do you think Chase Elliott will make the chase this year as a rookie? I'm starting to think yes. Now, granted, the finish in Las Vegas was not what he was looking for, but the performance in Las Vegas was outstanding, just like we said with Ryan Blaney. I wouldn't be surprised if Chase Elliott, whether the basis of winning a race or on the basis of points, can make his way into the chase. They're that good. Hey, that's Jeff Gordon's team. That's Alan Gustafson and the crew. They're going to have good cars. That's Hendrick Motorsports. The cars are going to be good, and it looks like young Chase Elliott is getting his feet under him as far as racing these cars. Got caught up in that one at Las Vegas. Nothing you can do about that, but I think he'll be good at Phoenix. I think he'll be good at Auto Club and on throughout the rest of the season. So, yeah, DHL Cup Series, I think Chase Elliott makes the chase as a rookie, and what I said earlier, I think we might have 2 rookies in the chase field this year with Ryan Blaney. DHL Cup Series also says, do you think Jimmy Johnson will win his 7th championship this season? We'll tie that in with Samuel C., who says, do you think Jimmy Johnson can tie Earnhardt and Petty for championships? Yes, I do. I like what I'm seeing out of this 48 team this year. It just seems like they are buttoned up and solid. Now, I know winning the chase, that's a long way down the road. They're going to be in the chase. They've already got that win, okay? So they can work on things. So when we go to Charlotte, and when we go to Texas, and when we go to Phoenix this week, and when we go to tracks that are in the chase, they can not only be thinking about this current race, but be thinking about the race later in the year. So I think you give that to Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus, and I think they'll be tough. Now, the nature of the chase is it's very topsy-turvy. We saw a couple dollar part take Jimmy out of the chase at Dover last year, so that could happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy is not alive and standing this year at Homestead. And if Jimmy Johnson is alive and standing at Homestead, then he could win that 7th championship. I wouldn't bet against Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus. I just think that that's one of those teams that's that good, and they're going to knock some more out of the ballpark before they get done. Now, we mentioned Phoenix. Let's talk a little bit about Phoenix. This weekend, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series rolls in there. This will be the 40th NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race at Phoenix. Remember, this goes back all the way to 1988. Alan Kowicki scored his career first NASCAR win at Phoenix. Remember, after that race was over, he introduced us to the Polish Victory Lap, where he drove clockwise around the racetrack, waved to all the fans out the driver's side window, and everyone loved it. And face it, drivers have been duplicating that ever since. What a historic win for Alan Kowicki and that historic move of NASCAR to get to Phoenix International Raceway. So 39 races have been contested there. This weekend will be the 40th one. When we look at active drivers there, this has been all about Kevin Harvick. 7 times Harvick has won at Phoenix. He is really, really good there. Jimmy Johnson, he's won 4 times at Phoenix. Dale Earnhardt Jr., a 3-time winner at Phoenix. Carl Edwards has 2 wins at Phoenix, and lone race winners among active drivers at Phoenix: Matt Kenseth, Casey Kane, Ryan Newman, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and Kurt Busch. So it is a wide open field going into Phoenix, and really with this new low downforce package, we've had a couple of 1.5-mile intermediate tracks. Now we're going to see what this car does on the flat 1 mile at Phoenix, and so don't be surprised if someone else might not jump up there and throw their name in the hat all weekend long as being good. Can't wait to get back out there. Motor Racing Network going to be on as well all weekend, so we want to make sure you twist us in at MRN.com, our MRN app, or on your local radio station. We'll be out there all weekend long providing coverage, but I just can't wait to get back to the racetrack. It is going to be great to see what happens this weekend at Phoenix, and great to see also would be these diecast cars arriving on your doorstep. Go to planbsales.com, order these. We've got great deals on older diecast. Pre-order the current ones that are not produced yet. Make sure you get those in, and all of that is available at planbsales.com. We love that you guys are getting involved with us here on YouTube. We have the comments below. Feel free to mention your comments here. Follow us on Twitter at PlanBSales, and we'll keep you informed on what we have. And please get some back and forth conversation going, because we love talking racing and love talking with you race fans out there, and we appreciate the business you do give us.